Been driving through southern Illinois, Missouri, and this is my regular view. Miles and miles of corn. Hey folks, I just crossed over into Nebraska, and as I was driving over that bridge you see behind me, I saw this fascinating old boat just kind of hanging out here on the road. Captain Meriwether Lewis. Looks abandoned. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a hotel or something before. Check it out. Hey folks, welcome to Nebraska. I just crossed over the bridge into this little town in Nebraska called Brownsville. And if this is the beginning, this is like setting the stage of my trip in Nebraska. It's adorable, cutest little town. Tiny little main street, but all these old buildings, lots of art galleries and shops. So this was very cute. And now we're headed to what I would have called Beatrice, but I have been corrected. It's Beatrice. So we are headed to Beatrice, which is where there's a national park that's about early homesteaders. We're gonna check that out and start getting into exploring Nebraska. Come along.
Let me know if I need to move. Actually, I'll just move for you.
Look at this heritage tree, which represents all the businesses. The River Bridge, Painting Press, Concert Hall, the Christian church, school. Very cool. Look how cute this little shop and this little spot is. I saw this ice cream sign. Wanted to come in, but looks like I think everything closes here at 4, and I got here right at 4:15. What a cute little street and little town. Right here on the corner of Main Street is this beautiful gallery. I'm telling you, this little town of Brownsville, Nebraska, is adorable. Hey folks, so I'm here in Nebraska, and you know, I always heard there wasn't a whole lot going on in Nebraska, but so far it's been amazing. And now we're at a National Park Service, Homestead National Park, and I want to learn a little bit about homesteaders. I'm curious about this area because this was really hit by the Dust Bowl. And of course I remember hearing about the Dust Bowl when I was in like elementary school. So hopefully we'll learn a little bit about that, and so come along. Wow, I just had an amazing conversation with one of the National Park Rangers here, and just learning about this part of our history. It was 1862 that the Homesteaders Act was passed. So this land that the park is on was the first homestead claim by Daniel Freeman, and the very first person to file a claim under the Homesteaders Act. And so let's go take a look. Can you see this blackbird with beautiful bright pink and white stripes on its wings. Hi, Bunny. Cuteness. Daniel Freeman, again, one of the, well, the very first homesteader, filed for his homestead January 1, 1863, lived here until he died in 1908. He was a soldier, doctor, sheriff, and farmer. This is a reproduction of George Palmer's home, which was built in 1875. A family of 12 lived in here. Can you believe this? One room, 12 people. Most of the time they were spent outside working the lands, and they were basically inside just for sleeping and to get away from bad weather. Here we can kind of imagine what it was like for them to live. And look at that beautiful quilt. Look at that. Of course, a picture of Abraham Lincoln. And so I'm now learning that little town that we stopped in, Brownville, Nebraska, was actually the closest place where folks would go to pick their land. And they'd look on a map and pick it right there in Brownville. And so Mr. Freeman, he was a Union soldier, and when he was out scouting as a soldier, he came upon this land, and he knew there was a creek and these trees, and so he ended up choosing pretty wisely and having a very fertile space. This beautiful National Park Service Education building is built in the shape of a plow. You see that metal, like the roof is shaped like the metal part of the plow, and you can see maybe that wood coming down from there, like what was an essential instrument of those early homesteaders. I hadn't imagined big, beautiful lakes in Nebraska, but here we are. These colors are so amazing. Unfortunately, it may be due to the bootleg fire over in Oregon, which has, you can see some of the haze. It's making its way, that smoke is making its way over here.